streets!
Adventure KP.
He's solving riddles great and small.
Adventure KP.
Adventure games, he loves them all. Every day is a new quest, exploring north, south, east, to west. Point and click to find the answers that we seek. Adventure Geek.
Hello there, fellow adventurers! Today we're going to be taking a look at a game based on a movie starring Keanu Reeves. No, it's not Enter the Matrix or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Believe it or not, it's Johnny Mnemonic, the interactive action movie. On the back of this big box, it states that this is an unprecedented hybrid of computer game and feature film. Well, spoiler alert, but as we're about to find out, this is really more movie than game. So let's log in and dive into cyberspace.
I'm your GobbleNet girl.
Hey, what was that?
I'm your GobbleNet girl.
I think she said she's our GobbleNet girl.
Gobble gobble.
Starting the game, I had no idea what I was doing and actually thought my disc was scratched, as the video got stuck in an endless loop between this point of view shot and a close-up of Johnny apparently looking in that direction. Here's where the manual comes in, which is a handy section called Playing the Game, which explains that whenever the screen goes into letterbox mode, you can perform an action. Usually an adventure game has several options such as look, pick up, and talk, but here all that is reduced to a single use key, which in this case gives us a flashback scene of what I assume is Johnny uploading data into his head. Oh, that's right, I should explain who Johnny Mnemonic is for those of you who haven't seen the movie. He's what's known as a data courier and has a hard drive implanted in his head that can be used to transfer information. Problem is, he's lost the download code, and if he doesn't get the data out of his head in time, his brain will explode. The game follows the general plot of the movie, except that it stars a totally different cast. Keanu Reeves is replaced by Chris Garton, who also starred in Tremors 2 Aftershocks.
I know that song.
In this role though, he's not quite so cheerful.
Beijing went down bad, Ralphie. You never said anything about Yakuza.
Just, calm down.
Calm down. I have no download code, Ralphie.
I've got a geezer standing by.
Oh, he's got a geezer standing by, has he? Ain't that a relief? Well, things don't quite go as planned and the Yakuza show up. Now we're faced with our first action scene where one wrong move means game over. Hey, sounded like she was about to say shit. What, did they censor it? In order to progress, you need to figure out the right combination of moves on each screen, similar to Dragon's Lair, except that the screen doesn't flash to indicate where to go next. To make things even more confusing, the camera constantly shifts between one shot and the next, and there's only a split second in which to decide what to do. One thing I should mention is that I haven't edited these scenes to make them look choppy. This is actually how it plays out. One thing I do like though is how there are multiple ways of dealing with a situation. For example, here there are 4 different directions you can go in. I'm supposed to use the window to escape, but I just enjoy watching Johnny struggle to open it. Sod it, let's just barge our way out of here. Now Johnny comes face to face with the Yakuza henchman called Henson. The manual suggests waiting until your opponent is moving away from you to attack. Well, that didn't work out so well. How about we use the old crane technique we learned from Mr. Miyagi? When you finally escape with your new companion Jane, you venture down into the subway where your worst enemy is speeding trains. Let's see that in instant replay. There's a homeless man down here who looks like he's getting jiggy with some cyber porn.
Sorry, buddy, I need it. I'll pay you back triple what it's worth. Violator! Violator!
His goggles are actually one of the items we need to find in order to recover the download code we so desperately need. How do we know this? A strange lady on TV told us.
It's okay. You saw it on the television.
The problem is there's no inventory to keep track of the items you pick up, and the game doesn't even tell you what they are. What's this? I have no idea, but I'll take it anyway. Let's have a look in this coat here. Ah, sweet, an extra pair of cybersex goggles. That'll make a great Christmas present. There's also a disc here containing a memory archive, which turns out to be a piece of Johnny's childhood memories that he had to sacrifice in order to make room for the data he carries. This is one of the few times I felt any real empathy for the characters.
Yeah, everybody's got something they want to forget, except me. There's nothing up there to forget.
That is seriously weird.
The first time I tried viewing the memory disc, the game suddenly cut away.
You were lucky. Now I'm gonna tear you up.
It turns out if you linger too long in one location, it triggers a fight sequence. Here, Jane takes on the femme fatale known as Pretty, who's some kind of cyberwoman.
Hi, I'm Pretty, and you're not.
Hey, that's not a very nice thing to say. She's played by Julie Strain, who was Penthouse Pet of the Year in 1993. How do I know this? The manual told me. I got totally stuck in Johnny's apartment at one point, going round and round in circles looking at this animated postcard.
Hi, here I am.
And staring at a close-up of the shower. Every time I tried to leave, I got this scene which I assumed was a dead end that automatically took me back to the apartment. What I didn't realize is that on this screen you can choose to go in different directions. Here's a reenactment of my reaction when I found that out. When you find all the items you need, you can enter Virtuaville 3000 and are greeted by a game show like host. So what's behind door number 1?
Ah, smell the crisp, clean air of the great tropical rainforest. Brought to you by Virtuaville 3000. Go ahead, chop down a tree.
No, I can't cut down the rainforest, even in cyberspace. What's behind door number 2?
The Gobi Desert, an exciting world with, lots of sand.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound that exciting. How about door number 3?
Welcome to the middle of the Pacific Ocean, where there's always plenty of blue skies. You'll be island hopping without even getting your feet wet.
Well, it's a good thing we remembered to wear our Wellington boots. This is a maze at the end of which we meet the woman we saw on the TV earlier, who tells us the location of the data ports we need to find to get the download code. This is the one time when you need to use the special download key, but watch out you don't choose the wrong data port. This is actually a perfect visual analogy of what it feels like to play this game, as you die over, and over, and over again. Finally, we ascend to the place called Heaven, where we're faced with the only real puzzle in the game.
Transmission block. Transmission block.
I think the transmission might be blocked. We need to experiment with the settings on these consoles to successfully download the data. Now all that stands in our way is a cyber samurai, who for me made playing the game all worthwhile. My favorite part is when he chops off Johnny's head and then it flies back onto his body.
We'll meet again.
Okay, that's it. We finally made it to the end.
Then it's over.
Oh shit, spoke too soon. And now it's time to celebrate.
J-Bone, man, you saved my life.
And you, my brother, saved a lot of lives.
So, how do we save so many lives, you wonder? Well, you'll just have to watch the movie or play the game to find out. Or not. So, in conclusion, this game has a few redeeming qualities, but on the whole it just feels like a jumble of images thrown together without much coherence or interaction. It's very much a product of the FMV craze that reached its peak in the mid-90s, Some of the best examples being Phantasmagoria and Gabriel Knight the Beast Within.
That's me, Gabriel Knight.
I'm going to give Johnny Mnemonic 3 out of 10 rubber chickens with pulleys in the middle. Cheers everyone for watching. Join me next time when I take a look at the new Black Mirror game, which is a reboot of the original series. Will it stand up to the old classics or be just a fleeting vision?